Here on this channel, I like to start discussions, I like to call people out, and I like to analyse other YouTubers for their wrongdoings. And I've been doing this for almost a decade now, and that's bullshit, probably about 6 years, ever since it became trendy. Some of these YouTubers include PewDiePie, RiceGum, V1I, KSI, Jake Paul, Shitter Jake Paul, Ollie White, Ben Phillips, Bobby Misner, J Station Derv, Sam Pepper, Joella, TGF, Pro Gamer J, Chris Ingham, Casper Lee, to name but a few. However, two other YouTubers that I've taken a little bit of animosity towards are two YouTube titans, Alfie and Zoella. Now, some of the main things I've disliked about these two as YouTubers, in my opinion, have included their consistent greed in persistently selling to their audience, how out of touch they seem to be whilst desperately trying to maintain that they're not, and last but not least, Tories, innit? How you doing, guys? It's me, JaackMaate. I hope you're well. Now, the reason I sit here before you today and make this video that you're seeing with your beady little eyes is because a month ago, Alfie Deyes uploaded this video to his YouTube channel. In this video, Alfie sits down with ImAllexx and iNabber, and they basically do a podcast on all of the criticisms and critiques that Alfie and his friend Zoe and all of those lot have come under over the past 4 or 5 years here on YouTube. And today, as I wasn't lucky enough to be in that video, sat at that table giving my opinions face to face, I thought, do you know what? I'll do the next best thing. I will sit down here in my shed and I will react to the things that they are saying, and I will give my thoughts and my opinions on said things. So, it's going to be a long one. Strap yourselves in. It's time for another JaackMaate journey. I've not said that in a while. It felt good. But before we begin, I just want to give a quick disclaimer. As I am about to critique this video as a standalone piece of content, I kind of have to separate myself from my existing relationships with those two boys in order to critique everyone fairly. I'm obviously going to be calling Alfie Deyes out on his utter waffle, so I need to kind of do it for all three of those fairly and as I see fit. I think that's the only way to fairly analyse this whole video. So, as I said, nothing against these boys, but let's jump straight into it. Roll the clip.
Now, YouTube for me is the most positive place.
Disagree.
I love making the videos I make, and I'm super fortunate that I also really enjoy spending time and meeting and chatting to the people that spend their time watching my videos.
Nice up-to-date meet and greet footage there. Alfie looks about 12.
However, there is one side of YouTube that I don't quite understand, and I'm not really quite sure I will ever understand it. Hopefully today's video is going to help me. There are people out there on YouTube who make videos tearing other YouTubers down.
Guilty on that one. Lock me up, throw away the key.
They don't know these people in real life. They've never met these people in real life.
Straight away, just because you don't know somebody or you've never met somebody doesn't mean that you're not allowed to critique them on stuff that they've posted so publicly. I mean, if these people were fucking up in their own home, then I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't be able to comment on it. And maybe even if I did see it because I was looking through the kitchen window or something like that, it would still be unfair for me to critique them so publicly because their fuck-ups weren't public in the first place. But we're talking about the very public fuck-ups of these very public YouTubers that do things very publicly. So yes, we are allowed to critique these people. I never had the pleasure of meeting Jimmy Savile, but doesn't mean I can't call him a fucking nonce.
So make yourself a cup of tea, get some popcorn.
I know he says he's not one, but that is the most Tory looking cup of tea I've ever seen. This is a cup of tea? Fucking hell.
This video is, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
I think we'll be the judge of that, but let's continue.
No, I appreciate you guys having me down.
I appreciate you having us
No
on.
problem.
You're flat and
Yeah, thanks
everything
for
like that.
having us on.
Inviting me
Yeah.
down.
So good.
Before we start, I just want to throw out, nothing is off bounds.
Yeah.
Swear if you want to swear, bring up anything if you want to bring up anything. I don't want anyone watching this thinking that I've limited you to certain topics or saying anything at all. Like, bring up whatever you want, say whatever you want.
Yeah.
100%, okay?
Got it. Let's go. Come on.
Both yourself, tons of your friends and stuff have made many videos on me before.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to sit down and chat.
I see what Alfie's getting at here, and he's within his right to sit down and ask people that have critiqued him in the past exactly why they've done that. But why? Surely I'm the front runner for all of this. I know that sounds a bit big-headed, but I've said a lot, and the whole blocked thing, not a good enough excuse. I've got a number, I've got an email.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of quotes from different things that you guys have said, and then we can go into more general, if that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah?
That's absolutely fine.
The whole quirky vlogger thing is fucking bullshit.
Yes.
Vloggers are bullshit,
Yeah.
and it's starting to get to the point where I really despise the genre,
Yeah.
and I can't bear it.
Yes.
These people try and grow being being cool, trendy, relatable. And look at me, I'm like everybody else. I'm like you, except I'm a fucking millionaire and I just want your fucking money.
Yep.
And I watch that and I'm like, oh, your vlogs aren't quite as fun anymore. You're not a real person.
I did say that, yeah.
Yeah, you said that, bro. That's a quote.
Yeah, so I said that because I was watching a bunch of people that week, mainly the Americans. Yeah, because I can't bear the American vloggers.
Okay, so that could very possibly be true. Alex may have been referring to the American lot. But we all know that the quote directly applies to Alfie as well, and that's what Alfie's getting at, isn't it? He's not asking, why did you say those nasty things about those Americans? He wants to know why you said those nasty things about him. And I think everyone in that room is very aware that those things do directly apply to him. So by going, well, it was about the Americans, it's a little bit bottling it for me. What I don't want from this video is for Alfie fans to instantly disagree with everything I say, and on the other hand, I don't want JaackMaate viewers to instantly agree with anything I say. I just want you guys to make your own fucking minds up. You're adults. You might not be, but you know what I'm saying.
I found like Logan Paul and Jake Paul's videos to be entertaining for a while. There was definitely entertainment value in it. Recently, with all the the gambling stuff that all the vloggers have been promoting, even from like Morgs to
bro, when you're
Logan.
saying all the vloggers, you're talking about 5 people.
Like, I mean, the biggest one recently was the whole mystery box gambling stuff.
And you're throwing stuff out like the whole quirky vlogger thing. You're talking about, like, now you're saying mystery boxes. In this quote, you're saying, look at me, I'm like everybody else, except I'm a fucking millionaire.
Yeah.
That's nothing to do with fucking boxes.
Well, it definitely is, isn't it? Jake Paul's flogging $100 mystery boxes to 18 million people, but that's not why he's a millionaire. It's got nothing to do with it.
For example, if we're talking about being a millionaire, I earn very good money from doing YouTube, and I have done for a few years. Live in a very nice house. When I move into my house, a lot of people like yourselves and people who make similar videos are like, it's fucking different now. It's moved into a number one, it's not a mansion, but number 2, what do you expect me to do? I grow, I do well on YouTube, I earn money. Oh, I just don't spend it.
In all honesty, I don't know anybody on YouTube that has had a genuine pop at him for buying a mansion. People make jokes about it. Obviously, I've made jokes about it, but that's because you're one of the most privileged 20-somethings in the UK, Alfie. And yeah, of course, I know it's self-made, and congratulations, I take my hat off to you, I genuinely do, sir. But if you can't make jokes about a 25-year-old rich man from the UK buying a 6-bedroom mansion, then who the fuck can you make jokes about? Bloody hell, Alfie's upset that we're taking the piss out of his 4-en-suites again. It's gone too far. It has gone too... What are them Africans up to? Still begging for fucking food, are they?
What does that got to do with content?
Well, I think when you've got people like Jake Paul, who is the one...
But then call that person out.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I genuinely don't think Alfie gives a fuck about anything anyone said about Jake Paul. I don't know why the conversation keeps going back there.
I know friends that have got more money than you can imagine.
Let's skip a bit.
In a way, used to be like, oh, you're owing all this money, that's so bad. And then when you get to the point of where you start to actually earn money, you're thinking to yourself, wait, I've criticised people for earning this money. And I have retracted a lot of statements I've made before.
Now, something that I think Fraser is very, very good at in this video is conceding points when he genuinely feels like his opinion has grown and changed since he said that thing. Alfie will pick something that he said years ago and pull him up on it, and Fraser will have no other explanation other than, it was years ago, I don't think that anymore. And I think that Alfie gets a little dopamine rush from that, and it's like, hey, got ya. But that's not winning the argument. I don't think that in them instances, Fraser is backing down or bottling it, but more so saying, yeah, you're right, I've learned, and I don't think like that anymore. Because that's the thing with the internet, your opinions will stay there until you physically remove them. And by removing them, some people often think that you're bottling it, when that's not the case. You can grow, you can change, and you can develop. I think sometimes it's good to retract statements as well. It's good to show that you've learned and adjusted. So fair play to Fraser. I think he does this well throughout this video. Alfie doesn't really let him talk as much as I'd like to hear, but we'll continue. While we're on the topic of retracting statements, I used to call Alfie's content out for being shit, right? And that was wrong of me. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think that Alfie's content is still somewhat shit, but the reason why I retract my earlier statements is because I'm aware that I am not the demographic. I never have been the demographic. Back in the day, he was targeting his content at the kids, and there's nothing really wrong with that. I was in the wrong to call out his content for not being to my acquired taste.
Do you not think it's fucking cool that young people are out there starting their own businesses, becoming millionaires, and how sick that is?
Firstly, really cool swearing, Alfie, suits you. Fucking. And secondly, we're not questioning the fact that they want want to become millionaires or even the fact that they're succeeding. We're questioning how they become millionaires. Because if you're making your millions through ghost-written books, £50 advent calendars full of glitter, and £40 socks with your initials on, then I think there's a case for moral dilemma there. I think then the commentary community are within their right to go, oh, not too sure about that. If I was sat here just calling out anybody that's made more money than me on the platform, I'd be calling out fucking everybody. Oh, that Casey Neistat's a bastard. Your profit margins don't validate your success.
For example, when the £1 video came out and all my friends did videos on it, I looked at it and I was like, it's a challenge video.
People didn't care that you're doing a challenge video. We didn't go, oh, what, another challenge video? It was the context of the challenge. And yes, I know other people have done that challenge, but what you've got to realise is you're not instantly put in the same bracket as everybody else because of your social standing. Because you are a millionaire, it does make it harder for you to go, oh, guys, I'm going to try and live below the poverty line. It's exactly the same as if a man tried to do the period pain challenge or something. It's like, you've got no idea, cunt.
I mainly talk about the American vloggers and all that because I look at the British side and I think they're pretty harmless. I don't think you guys really do anything.
Okay. Right. I don't think you guys really do anything. I couldn't disagree with that more.
You guys have equally as many videos on you, if not more, made by people.
Far more.
Fuck off. Far more. Every man and his dog has made a video about Jake Paul at one point in their life. Even people that don't even bother making YouTube videos thought, do you know what, I'm going to make a video just to slag off Jake Paul. It became a trend to do that last year, so not far more people have made videos about you than they have Jake and Logan Paul, Alfie. Where's the evidence to back that up? You keep talking about research, mate. Where's the research there? Can you show me results? Can you show me search figures or something? Because that is bollocks. Also, I like the fact that he's going, far more people have made videos about me and us and my friend. Far more. Because that's insinuating that you fucked up far more then. They're not just doing it, are they? Well, actually, maybe now they could be, but when it first started, when people first started making videos about you, they didn't all just randomly decide, oh, let's do videos about him. There was fuck-ups there.
Probably about a year ago that all the British vloggers were out of touch people who just wanted to make money because it's what everybody was saying, and all the people.
But you did think that?
Yeah.
Or you do still think that?
No, I don't anymore.
Okay.
So
well,
I've met everybody, and I'm friends with a few of them, and it's just not the case.
This is what we see a lot on YouTube, isn't it? A smaller channel calls out a bigger channel because the bigger channel's fucked up, and people agree with the smaller channel and usually find the small channel funny and entertaining, so therefore they subscribe. Then in turn, what we often see is that smaller channel that has become a big channel now. Now they're a big channel, they become friends with other big YouTubers, and therefore, because they're friends, feel that they can't call them people out anymore, despite their friends making the same fuck-ups that other YouTubers that they've called out have done. Because they know that they grew by sort of slagging people off, and the same thing could happen to them. But that's the point. If you are going to make content slagging people off, you've got to understand people are going to come for you. I think at the end of the day, just because you're friends with somebody now doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything that they do. I feel like people don't really tell their mates when their mates are fucking up, but that is exactly the time you should do it, before they do a bigger fuck up. Logan Paul probably surrounded himself with people that would just lick his arse all day long, so when he made that video, that suicide video, everyone was like, yeah, oh, it's great, Logan, it's great. And then people outside of the circle saw it and crucified him. If only he had mates there in the first place that told him it was a fucking wank video, he wouldn't have got all that backlash.
And it's one of those things where there are some of them still who do things like, for example, we'll mention Ollie White and his Ollie merch.
As far as I'm aware, I'm one of the only YouTubers that called out Ollie White, so this bit is clearly about me.
I look at that and I'm just like,
bro,
try a bit harder.
I mean, you can't
look
at your fucking
But that's why
jump.
I made this. No, that's why I made this. I'm not joking, that's why I made this.
That doesn't matter whether you made it because of that or not. You're still
It's
making
ironic.
fucking money off of that. Or making money off Ironic. You're
I'm
doing
not
the
actually,
same
because
thing.
my
So
merch
shut
company
up.
took all the money. So
can't say
I
shit,
didn't
mate.
make
Shut
it.
up.
You just got ruined.
Shut
I'm
up.
sorry,
What's
Alex.
the joke?
Shut up.
But that
It's
was the
ironic.
joke.
That's why I'm doing it. Okay, where's that money going then? Charity, yeah?
I think Alfie's hit the nail on the head there. I think he's bang on. I think it is a grey area for YouTubers that slag off merch to then bring out their own merch. And I do think that sometimes irony can be that get out of jail free card, and one that I've played before. My merch is different to all their merch because it's funny. That is a weak excuse, and the only leg that I have to stand on to defend the stuff that I've sold in the past is this. I sold Ironic merch in response to Ollie's what is up t-shirt, that I sold mine for £9 instead of Ollie's £35. And I donated 100% of my profits to Anti-Bullying Pro, because I wanted to make a point, and that's why those t-shirts did so well. So therefore I think, yes, you can sell merch, even despite being against the notion of it, if there's a real genuine reason for it, and if you and your audience are on the same page when it comes to why exactly you're selling merch. What was it, about 6 months ago I sold merch that said I'm paying JaackMaate's rent because I needed my rent paid. But I let my audience know. I also let them know that the t-shirts were poor quality, probably wouldn't last very long, and would probably take a few weeks to get there, and they still bought them, because that way we're on the same page. And I think hiding behind a big cartel shop that has your t-shirts on with just your little name in the corner for £40, there's something that's murky waters for me. It doesn't, there's not a genuine relationship there. It's very customer consumer. It's not YouTuber and audience. Again, if I had a problem with every YouTuber that sold merch, then I'd have a problem with every YouTuber. It's not the selling merch that is the issue, it's the how much are you selling it for, what are they getting, what are you promising?
Well, I don't know.
Charity.
I never got paid.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Once you do start making money, charity, I hope.
Yeah.
But I wasn't angry at Ollie White. It was like, it was funny. It was like, he's put Ollie on a shirt, I'm going to put Intersection on a shirt. But some people will take that.
But that is
amount
literally, you do see how that's the same thing.
It is the same thing. You cannot always hide behind irony. All you have to have is honesty. You have to be open. You have to all be on the same page, and then it allows you to have that kind of relationship and that connection with your audience, which I feel a lot of the bigger YouTubers sort of lost. The more they became a sort of corporate cash cow, they got further and further away from that, and they would only sort of rear their ugly heads every now and then to say, psst, I've got some new pop sockets. See you later.
It was in a restaurant. Some viewers were taking some pictures of me in a restaurant. And I said, hey,
oh yeah, no, and you were sat on the.
I was sat on the sofa, and I say, if you ever want to have a picture, don't just take sneaky pictures. That's really rude. However, still love you guys, love all your support. Just don't take pictures of me like across the table kind of thing. I'm just having my dinner in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And you said, because I said, but I still love you guys. That's pandering around it, and I was too scared.
I feel it is pandering though. I feel it is exactly that. Because no creator loves their audience as individuals. It's impossible. They love them as a collective, as a consumer base often. Why on earth would you end a video in which you're specifically calling out your audience for pissing you off with, love you guys, love you by the way. It's like you're too scared to annoy them. If my audience do things that piss me off, I will tell them they've pissed me off. Because I want them to tell me if I piss them off.
I stand by that in a way. I do stand by that. I feel like I was speaking
So
to
I can't support my viewers, but
See, Alfie listens well when the other two are conceding their points and backing off. But as soon as Fraser goes, no, actually, I do still agree with that, Alfie interrupts.
I do stand by that. I feel like I was speaking
so
to
I can't support my.
What is the point in this whole thing if you're not going to listen when somebody's actually going to now counteract your argument?
I just hope people are aware, no matter how old you are, that as soon as you're putting something out there, number one, that's out there forever.
Forever.
And number two, the responsibility that holds for you can say, oh no, I take that back, I don't think about that anymore. Cool, that's got 500,000 views. Cool, that other video's got 1 million views.
Okay, so what you're saying, Alfie, is as soon as something's on the internet, then it's irresponsible forever, and you can never take it back. You can never backtrack, right? Once it's on the internet, that's that. So, in that case, and I don't agree with this, but based on Alfie's notion alone, let's have a look at some of Zoe's old tweets, shall we, that are on the internet forever.
I just hope people are aware, no matter how old you are, that as soon as you're putting something out there, number one, that's out there forever. And number two, the responsibility that holds for you can say, oh no, I take that back, I don't think about that anymore. Cool, that's got 500,000 views. Cool, that other video's got 1 million
But
views.
I also do believe though that in a way, if we do think about that and we do start thinking, well, this might feed into a narrative, this might make people think that.
It's called research, my friend.
Again, Fraser's about to make a good point, and Alfie interrupts with a condescending question that has no relation to the context of the video.
It's called research, my friend.
What do you mean research? What has that got to do with anything? We're talking about putting opinions on the internet that can change over time, but still being condemned by our old expired opinions. So
It's called research, my friend.
Yeah, I know, I'm not saying no,
Research.
but I'm saying if we say I don't like this person, and then 6 months down the line say actually I don't mind this person now. I feel like if we start thinking to ourselves that we shouldn't say this because we don't want to feed into a narrative or we don't want to make other people dislike these people, then in a way we are promoting fakeness. I do believe.
perfect. I agree. 100%.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not.
Literally was saying that.
If somebody stuck to the exact video about my £1 video and said they didn't like it and they weren't happy with it, 100% agree. I did that to myself. I deleted it and uploaded an apology video.
That apology video was good. I said that at the time. It was one of the better apology videos I've seen on YouTube. I think he hit the nail on the head and it seemed sincere. However, surely that Alfie's apologising for something he put online is then retracting that thing that he's put online, which completely contradicts the fact that you shouldn't ever put something online. It's a weak argument.
Do you know how many other people have done the £1 video before me?
Hundreds?
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Trying to get justification because others are doing it is such a weak argument. People picked holes in the video because it was a rich man trying to take on the position of a poor man. We've been over this, so it doesn't matter if other people did it. Not everyone is in the same boat. It's not a level playing field for everyone, as shit as that may be. It's just not. But it's like when good-looking girls do the no makeup challenge, fully aware that they're still probably going to look beautiful. They're sat there, obviously still attractive without makeup, and other girls might look at that and be like, why are they doing the no makeup challenge? Like they can get away with doing the no makeup challenge, where somebody that isn't, I guess, as naturally as pretty can do the no makeup challenge because they're showing a contrast. It doesn't mean that the naturally pretty girl has done anything super wrong because they're doing that challenge, but they are then going to be open to a lot more criticism from the public for doing it. It's almost like they're punching down rather than punching up, but unwillingly doing it.
A video I do that's positive on somebody, 500,000 views. A video I do that's negative on somebody, 1.5 million.
I think
views.
that's always going to be a case in every
It will always
industry.
be that way.
Even in music, like when a diss track gets released. I mean, look at MGK when he released a diss track on Eminem.
I think Fraser smashed it with that comment as bang on. I think the problem arises when an ill-informed person gets involved just to make a quick buck. If you're educated in the stuff that you're discussing or the stuff that you're critiquing, then there's a place for you, I'm sure.
I feel like if somebody says, I don't enjoy when I see this negative thing, I feel like a lot of the time they're lying.
I mean, there's a difference between being negative and...
I just see it like a fucking car crash.
And being evil.
I don't want to watch it. Don't want to look. Don't want to look. Shit, I looked. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
That to me is watching a negative comments channel videos. Like, don't want to watch this. Click on it. I watch it all. Watch someone get absolutely slammed for probably nothing at all.
What's that based on? Nothing. And just because you don't like it, Alfie, doesn't mean it's wrong. It's like when I had Josh Peters on my podcast for the first time. The whole point was he didn't like me because I call people out and I'm negative and blah, blah, blah. And then he went on to tell me that one of his favourite YouTubers is iDubbbz, a guy that consistently calls people out and takes it way further than I would ever dream of doing. iDubbbz uses the F word and the N word and says whatever the fuck he wants. And the fact that Josh was saying, oh, he's great, but what you do is, oh, that's not, even though we kind of do a similar thing. The only difference being that I call out his friends. I call out people that he knows. So of course, you're not going to like what I do. Alfie and his friends don't like commentary channels. Why? Because commentary channels call out Alfie and his friends. It's alright when it doesn't affect you, isn't it, Alfie?
Alfie did his book for a massive cash grab.
Which book was that?
You said it.
Is it the Pointless book?
Yeah, the Pointless book.
The Pointless book. Yeah. No, I do believe YouTubers do things for cash grabs.
No, but I'm talking about me, a massive cash grab for my book. Because I'm
Obviously,
baffled and I would love to know how much money I made from it.
Again, it's that fucking same argument. It doesn't matter how much you made, but it's how you made it. For example, selling fucking acid to children, yeah, that's always going to be wrong, isn't it? It doesn't matter if one kid bought it. Like, you're going to sit there and go, well, I only made a £5. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you made a £5 or 5 million. If people think that what you're selling is being sold for the wrong intentions, then why can we not call that shit out?
Do you want to know how much money I made from book one for my advance?
Sure.
£4,000.
Oh my god, really?
Jeez, really? That's a
There we go.
surprise to me. That is an honest
No,
surprise.
because it was a massive cash grab.
But I do still...
Do your fucking research.
How am I...
It can still be a cash grab, even if you made only £4,000, for fuck's sake. Oh god, it's the same argument over and over again.
How am I meant to find out how much money you
Ask
make
me.
from that? But I can't...
Or just put it out half.
Fraser says my exact thoughts again. What does Alfie do? Bangs on the table and interrupts.
Zoella released a book. It was her...
Which one?
the
Cordially Invited? The new
Yeah,
one?
Cordially Invited. And I came out and defended that. And I came out and said, this is a book where you can do nice things, seasonal things, cooking, stuff like that.
And people call that
and
glacial dumb.
people
Well, we did, Alex. We did that on the podcast multiple times. We made jokes about it. I said in the video that the book's fine. The book's not half as bad as anything she's released before, but that doesn't mean you can't joke about it. They're jokes.
the people that used to watch like British vloggers, come and watch these commentary channels, and they're like,
Because you use our names. What do
yeah,
you mean?
no. Because
Oh, that argument, right, okay. Using your name for views. One, yes, in a way. But two, we're using your names because you are the ones that are fucking up. I don't use Stephen Tries in my titles, even though he would get views, because guess what? He hasn't done the £1 challenge. I've not called out Lawrence McKenna repeatedly because he's never sold a calendar for 50 quid.
91% of my audience is over 18.
No, they're fucking not, Alfie. No, you cannot say that. And I know you're probably going to whip up your fucking YouTube demographic page and go, look at that. 91% of my audience are over 18. Yes, of course they are. Because when you sign up to YouTube, you're not going to say you're under 18 so that every fucking video's restricted and you can't watch it. Anyone within their right mind that signs up to YouTube says they're 18. Look at any YouTuber's stats. The majority of them are going to be above 18. So it's alright to sit there and go, oh, mine are adults. No, they're not. And I know that you know that.
People who done videos with me don't come near me.
Yeah, exactly.
I go to every event, every boxing match, everything.
I was so confused.
No one.
You didn't go to every event, because I've been to somewhere in the city the last 4 years and I've never seen you there.
No one.
And also, if I did see you there, I'd happily go up to you and tell you the reasons why I think you're a bit of a prick, but I'm not sure if that's exactly what you want in front of people that are there to see you or me.
And you know I will be the first person if I saw anyone. I will walk up to them.
Oh, alright. Hard.
Have you been paid to go to an event before?
No, I've always refused.
You've never been paid to go to
Generally,
an event?
we've had this before when one of our friends wanted to be.
Look how genuinely shocked he is that we've never been paid to go to an event. He's brought that up thinking that was a given. Like, have you never been paid to go to an event? Then they've gone, no. And he's gone, what? What, have you never been offered a book deal for doing fuck all? Oh, you haven't?
I just don't really go to many events anymore.
Oh, you don't go to many events That's weird, because I thought you just said...
I go to every event, every boxing match, everything. I just don't really go to many events anymore. I go to every event, every boxing match, everything. I just don't really go to many events anymore. Put it this way, really simply. Do you think I need a small chunk of money to go to an event? Like, do I need that money?
No.
Well then, why does it matter if I get paid to go to an event or not?
Hands down, the worst point I've heard in this video. I don't need the money, so why does it matter if I get paid to go or not? You've just said you don't need the money, so then why ask for a fee to go and meet your own viewers? It doesn't make sense. It would make more sense if you needed the money. If Nala got ill, God forbid, and needed her leg fixed, then yes, ask for a fee. But you've just sat there and gone, nah, I don't need it, so may as well ask for it.
One of the people that are like stereotypical, you don't turn up because you're not getting paid. Do you think those people need the money?
How does that help your point? Alfie, Alf Dog, can you come to our event to meet your fans? Possibly. Can you pay me? Or maybe able to squeeze a few pennies together. Do you need the money? No, actually. Okay, great. Does that mean you can come? Also, no. No, do pay me.
Why would, number one, you be so big-headed, not as in you, for this argument, to assume that that person is watching your video about them? Like... all of my friends that people make videos about don't watch any of that. Like, why would they want to watch that content?
I've got tweets.
So it's not constructive because they're not watching it.
Okay, so Alfie's implying that if you offer constructive criticism anywhere, you're big-headed because by offering that constructive criticism, you're just assuming that that person is going to listen to your criticism. Did you just assume my criticism? That is utter bollocks, innit? That is complete and utter bollocks, because based on that same notion, reviews shouldn't exist. Based on that same notion, based on Alfie's theory, you're big-headed if you review anything. Now, imagine that, a young budding movie reviewer starts writing a review on his little blog that only 2 people are going to read about the new Iron Man. Oh, that's so arrogant. What, you just think that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be reading your blog? And also, by implying that those that critique your friends and family don't warrant the energy or the time of your friends and family is big-headed within itself. Oh, well, they don't watch any of the videos anyway. They don't care. Maybe they should watch videos that people are making about, and then maybe they won't consistently keep fucking up. Maybe they'll realise 50 quid is a bit too much for a calendar.
Is somebody, I don't know, Fraser, commenting on my book? If I wanted constructive criticism on my book, I'd ask somebody that's in the book industry. I'd ask all my publishers. I'd go to another publishing house. I'd ask experts in writing.
No offence, but when it comes to critiquing the pointless book, I think the last person you need to speak to is an expert on writing.
I'd ask somebody that's in the book industry. I'd ask all my publishers. I'd go to another publishing house. I'd ask experts in writing.
You don't have to be at the height of a certain profession in order to critique that profession. I go out and I play football every Sunday morning, and I'm not very good. And when my other footy mates that aren't aren't very good either come up to me and go, Jack, you really shouldn't be smashing that ball into the back of your own net. I go, you got a good point there. You got a good point. I don't go, well, shut up, you're not Messi, so I'm going to keep scoring own goals because you're not Messi, blah, 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 blah. Why would I listen to you, Can?
I wouldn't. No offense to him, but I wouldn't chat to him for critical advice on a book.
It's a very arrogant way to think that you're not an expert, so you can't tell me. Only the best of the best can critique my work. No, anyone can. And sometimes you'll do well to listen, mate.
How much of an incentive is money?
Ooh. Huge for a lot of YouTubers, massive. I literally do not care.
I think that's a lie. If you didn't care about money, you wouldn't upload double in the month of December when the CPM goes up. If you didn't care about money, then all of your videos wouldn't always be over 10 minutes. It's nothing wrong caring about money. I'm not saying that. I think you're a good person and you make great videos, but don't say you don't care about money. Of course you care about money.
I was going to say, if you knew the overheads for just my office alone, or the amount of staff I have hired, or in-house full-time, like legal teams, finance teams, producers, photographers, graphic designers, office manager, I'm talking like security, so many different things that go into it, and people say, oh, but you earn a ton of money. I'm like, you don't even know what gets siphoned off where.
I think it's fine to make money. It's fine to be driven by money. But we're in this world in which we can get good money from brands and companies that have money to burn. So why would you not want to take it from them rather than the people that have given you the platform you have today? Take it out of the pocket of the big businessman at the top and not the fucking 15-year-old girl that buys your merch every single time you release a piece of shit on the...
Okay, so someone like my girlfriend, anything she would now bring out or do, you don't think there's instantly already a crazy negative affiliation with it because of cancel culture and wanting it to fail, because that makes others succeed?
You're half right. I think there is an instant crazy negative affiliation with it, but not because people think that they can see it off the back of it, but because of her track record of selling utter tat for above average prices.
If we talk any longer, the sun's going to fucking set and then rise again.
I think we've covered everything. I'm really happy today.
I think we've covered everything.
Really productive.
4 out of 10 for me. I think I've been as honest and as open as I can be on there. I hope I've not offended anyone. That's not my intentions, but if you have been, please do click the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, if you agreed with the points I had to make. If you didn't agree, then why not hit that one? Thanks for watching, guys. My name's been JaackMaate. This has been my response to Alfie Deyes, and I'll see you in a week or two, maybe a month. Depends how lazy I get. See you guys.
There we go. Class. That was amazing.
That was really good.
That was brilliant.